Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm Sanjeev Chauvin. I'm in St. Govind taking care of home and hospitality business. And before I start, I would love to wish you all a very happy Women's Day. Though it's tomorrow, but I would take this opportunity because I see. So big clap for all of you. Thank you. And since I was sitting at the backbench, I saw the whole batch is very much inquisitive to know more about glass. And when I'm not from civil or architecture, I'm from electrical background. But when I joined St. Govind, I also knew glass only seeing outside the building. That's how I knew glass. When I got in, then I really got into the glass industry. So before I go, have you seen glass in interior spaces? Can you tell me where you have seen glass in interiors? Very nice. And okay,
So it's all is the
tabletop. Okay, and features. Okay,
places,
staircases.
artifacts, lift lobbies,
Yeah,
really much
really. Yes. So a lot.
guidelines. Like
Yeah, that's kind of little out. So that's how the glass is placed in interior as well as exterior. But when you look at that, where are we today in glass? So you will see, is this working? And it's changed my dimensions. Okay, change. Okay. Yeah, I've changed. One more. No, control should be here. Is it possible or not? Okay, fine, no problem. Earlier it was working. I think the proximity of the problems. Can you come closer? Yeah. Okay. Fine, no problems. Better? Yeah. So if you look at, I'm talking about float glass alone. Float glass means what you saw, our team was presenting the glass which is made on the furnace. Why we got float? Because it is coming in floated way and then it is being put on table and it becomes a flat glass. So if you look at the consumption, it is 2.5 kg per capita in India. And if you look at other country, it is just 4 times higher. And I'm sure we know we are the most populated country today. So if you look at glass, there is huge scope. Scope for the industry, scope for architecture and the whole building industry to use glasses in interior as well as exterior. So that's what we are looking at. What are those and areas where we can talk about glass? So of course the growth is going on an average of 10 to 12% year on year. When we look at demand in solar glass is coming very high because the global warming is playing a good role in that, we are feeling more heat in even winters. And people are looking forward to those kind of glass solutions that, okay, can we have something around that? When we look at what is driving in India specifically, all the sectors, right? Automobile, homes and hospitality, everywhere glass is coming more and more. If you look at now car, even the basics like Hyundai and all, they are also using tinted glasses. Earlier it was not. Government is also giving those approvals that you can use up to this level of tint in the cars and all because it saves a lot of energy. It saves a lot of air conditioning when we drive the cars. So that's how the industry is going on and the awareness in interiors. So I'm again glad that you all know there are, vast scope in interiors as well. So that's what where we are connecting that, okay, what we can talk about in interiors. So when we look at interiors, and first thing is come innovative ideas. Like you have seen those, tabletops, the glass in wardrobes and all. So of course it's depend on what you want to build in interiors being architecture because you will suggest the companies and then they will come up with the right solutions. So the innovative ideas has to be there and it is coming in. Then the designs, there are a lot of designs. And with those designs, we are creating those sustainable solutions, not just St. Gobain, it's the whole glass industry. And there are engineered products. So when we look at it, when we see glass, it's very, people see it's a kind of fragile product. So there has to be a well engineered product solution. So that is one need in interiors. Energy saving, like all of my colleagues talked about, the green glass, the coating, the heat cut sound. So all that is required in interiors as well. And then of course, the one thing which is coming ahead is the aesthetics. So once the glass is in the interior, it is completely different from any other material or surfaces. And 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 so what we can look for interiors is windows. So when we look at outside the building, yes, it's a large size facade. When we look at small homes also, of course, there are windows. And in those windows, there are category. It can be UPVC windows, it can be aluminum windows. But there are complete knockdown products available in the market, which can be just recommended by you. I mean, the architect, they can just say, I need a window. You don't need to work on anything else. The windows provider will have to work on all the glass spec. Then we look at the shower cubicle, which is of course the partition you talked about. So this is very much in nowadays, and railings, it was there in your input. And then we look at, there is something in kitchen as well. So now we have acrylic shutters and all. Now it is replaced by kitchen glass, lacquered glasses. Yes, right. Then similar we can do with wardrobes also. So the face of, the whole interiors is being changed with the glass, and there are a lot of colors available. If I count, I can say that all 256 color combination can be done in this interior selection section as well. Then there are writing boards. So institutions like yours, I'm sure you will have such kind of innovative boards where we can use the glass as a writing boards. And in this also there are colors. And then there are LED mirrors. So this is again one common product which is there in interior for long. Now, so I'll just say how our life is, around glass starts from the day till the end of the day. So just to make it. And no, that's fine. That's okay. So simple, if you start your day when we get up, we look out the window, and that's where the glass comes in. When we get into the washroom, bathrooms, then there is again partition to take that wet and dry area separate. So that's another part of getting glass into interior. Then we come to the kitchen, again kitchen shutters giving you that hygienic kitchen feel, right? There is no oil stain marks coming on that. Then we get into, wardrobe. So again, that shutters is coming in. And once you get ready, look at yourself, again, those LED mirrors are coming in. So that's how, the whole interior is covering that space. And so we'll start with the windows. When we look at UPVC windows, I'm sure I saw somebody was asking PVC and it was very prompt answer. So I will not make that mistake asking UPVC. I'm sure you know what UPVC is. So it's unplasticized polyvinyl chloride. Now this is something really good from the architect's perspective because it's a green product. As like we say glass is green, UPVC also is green. It is 100% recyclable. So that's the beauty of this product. And when we look at the solutions, why we call it as a sustainable solution, so it can give you a fantastic thermal comfort because compared to any other material, UPVC is better thermal insulated material, right? So it gives that comfort to windows, be it winters, be it summers. And then it's a lightweight. So when we look at the building weight, because that's one criteria where we look into the architecture and civil engineering point, how much load is going to be there on my facade. So that adds value, that it's very light and it gives equal premium look compared to any other material, be it aluminum, steel or anything else, even wood. And then the sustainability. So there is no corrosion, so there is no maintenance, there is no paint required, right? In case if, and it's okay. And so there is no paint, there is no maintenance required. So we are not creating, the UPVC when we are recommending a long last product with a sustainable design with a lightweight material. So all these three things considering that architect's points are coming in this. So that's great about UPVC. If we look at thermal comfort, yes, we talked about, yeah.
And more compared to aluminum.
It's close to, if I say the difference, it will be 1.7% to 2% more. Yeah, because that depends. And I will not become here Saint-Gobain person. In our case, it will be negligible. But yes, the way other industry does, that's really significant, in that way. And so low maintenance, as I talked about, and during the manufacturing also, it takes less energy compared to any other manufacturing facilities of material or be it wood like that. So it gives that green solutions feeling to a whole building when we talk about the, green solutions in a building with respect to the windows. What is the way of selecting a windows? It's simple as like we were talking about glass. So in this, it is much more simpler. The first, being an architect, we'll have to look what design we need, whether it is casement, slidings and all. Then we go for the profile. What profile colors we need? A lot of colors are available. Then we look for the glass color selection, which my team was talking about for last couple of days. There are a lot of colors. So you can check the colors, and then the glass performance comes in. On that specific color, how much heat, light, sound you want to cut. Then it will come to the glass typology, whether you need a laminate glass or you need a DGU, but everything can be fixed in that UPVC frame. And then it becomes a complete solution. So this is how industry is looking today forward for this solution. So we have a lot of varieties available in market. Casement windows are there, sliding windows can be done, and then fixed windows can be done. And now the base comes back to glass. So when we look at glass, because it's windows, as we saw that, okay, we need to see through it. So the one thing which comes in the picture is clarity. So glass has to be clear. And being an architect, many a times we face that they ask, okay, what is difference about different glasses? And we also know when we are recommending a glass, how does it make difference to the, the aesthetics as well as the see-through experience of a customers, right? So clarity we'll talk about, and the thickness, because thickness is going to relate to the performance of the glass. If it is not thick as per the specification which you are recommending, then of course the outcome of that solution will not be at that level. And then people come back and say, ma'am, you suggested something which is not happening. So these two things, I strongly believe that we need to look into it. And so now there's a video which will talk about the clarity. So can and that line, yeah, right. And yeah, this also can off. Okay, fine.
That's there.
It's here.
Careful though, but a lot of
This one.
the first one, no.
Okay, then leave it.
It's okay, leave it.
We don't want to take risk.
Yes.
Focus. Yeah, right. That's this. I'm not able to get the mouse.
The space bar. No, wait, listen.
Right, there's some all into questions we asked. Huh?
Escape. Nice.
Things we can't.
It's stuck.
Some things that time is now.
Minus.
Yeah. If I'm not bad things.
No, this happens when great things come, there will be hurdles.
So clear, so clear glass from Saint Gobain.
Something like you stick. How
So this is the simplicity of glass. How it looks, it's sometimes give you that clarity that okay. And this is where the technical terms come. We measure the glasses on a ppm level. So when people talk about being an architect, you can get into more and ask what clarity we are getting. So it stands for parts per million. So there is sand, there is raw material in that. So there will be iron particles in that. More the iron.
Also there.
Huh?
Purity of the
So that is Saint Gobain. You told me to be neutral, so I didn't look at that. Okay. So we call it purity ka perfect measure when we pitch it to the market, being Saint Gobain, because we are pure like that. So the point here is how can you check? There is no, test certificates are there, but the basic measure it should be, less than 600, close to like that. And when you look at market, there are variety of glasses having various level of ppm. So what will happen? It will become dark. The moment glass become dark, the whole experience will be compromised, right? Be it the finish, be it its look, be it the color, coating, everything which happens on that plain surface will be not at that level. So that's the difference when we talk about the clarity. And now coming to the processing part. So there are videos. So I'll play more videos because I heard you wanted to see. So small videos that will show. Karthik anyway, he has explained nicely the toughening process. So it will show how the glass gets in the furnace and comes out. Yeah. Oh, and
Then wait. I'll have.
Yeah.
It has.
For the toughened glass to make it stronger and safer. In the event of toughened glass breaking,
So this is how it breaks, and this is test was done.
edges. This reduces the risk of injury compared to standard glass.
And
Before toughening, each sheet is scored and cut to size. Glass is etched, cleaned, and dried to remove the tiniest of surface impurities, which are almost invisible to the naked eye. After toughening, we stamp the glass to indicate it's a safety glass. The glass is then heated in a furnace to over 600 degrees Celsius. These hot blowers rapidly cool the glass, dropping the temperature in seconds. The result is toughened glass that, if broken, minimizes the risk of serious injury.
so simple 3 stages. First, the clear glass gets into the furnace, 600 temperature, and then coming out from the same furnace, like you were saying, only 25 mm gap is there when it gets transformed from a clear glass heated, toughened, and gets quenched. So that's how the glass comes. It is toughened.
This
I will not talk about the strength and all he has already talked about. So next we will look at, advanced coating. Also, I heard morning you were asking, okay, how does that coating happen? And sir was saying nothing you can see.
Wait,
So
wait.
similarly, you will see something.
Sorry, just a moment.
No problem. We are
Yeah.
and we are highly tense.
Our magnetron coating process transforms basic glass into a product which keeps our homes comfortably warm and energy efficient. It uses cutting-edge technology to coat the glass, which does 2 things. It limits the amount of heat
Yeah, that's all you can see.
so our homes don't overheat, yet maximizes the amount of natural daylight. At the same time, it reflects heat that's already inside our homes back into the room, balancing thermal insulation with solar control.
And
Before the coating is applied, the glass is cleaned perfectly. It then enters a vacuum, where a combination of microscopic metal oxide layers are applied using a cathodic sputtering process. The end result, our magnetron coated glass, is one of the most energy efficient glass products of its kind available in the world today.
And so I just kept this small so that it will give you clarity. This is how the coating happens. So glass will get, and if you look at the coating glass's benefits, it was there in that one, it cuts the heat daylight, and second, it also helps you maintain the inside temperature. So that's why all type of glasses can be used in all those, be it UPVC frames or any other frames in the same facade. Yeah. Now we have laminated also, and same thing here. You are having so much things.
Laminated glass plays an important role in making our homes comfortable because it makes our windows and doors safer and more secure. If laminated glass breaks, the shards are held in place by a layer of clear polyvinyl butyl, or PVB. This PVB layer even protects our furniture and furnishings from the fading effect of ultraviolet light. Before laminating, the sheet of glass is carefully cleaned. Then, the PVB layer is sandwiched between 2 pieces of glass. To prevent bubbles from forming, rollers force air out of the PVB layer. The glass is now heated in an oven up to 250 degrees Celsius to bond the PVB to the glass. Over several hours, the laminate is heated and cooled in a pressurized environment. This is the final stage of the bonding process, even if there are remaining air bubbles. The result: laminated glass is strong enough to withstand the impact of a 4-kilogram steel ball dropped from 3 meters, the P2X standard.
And so there are a lot of standards. When you go to tomorrow that processing plant, you will see all that. But why I wanted to show this, because if any point there is a compromise on the standards, you will see the problems in the glass. Even at Bangalore airport, I mean, now they have replaced. Earlier, I used to see the aero bridge, that glass will be there. They used to have a lot of bubbles. I didn't know what is that. When I joined St. Gobind, that was the first question I asked in my training. So they told me, okay, this is what, the gap. So you saw there was something when they were taking out all the vacuums. So many people don't do that because there is a cost involved in that. So they will do at a lower temperature. So what happens after a period of maybe some months, it will create some bubbles. So the end result is customer is getting suffered in that way. So that's how when we look at it, we can ask all those points. Is it getting through? Are these standards are being met or not? So that will help to suggest you the appropriate class as well as the overall building envelope in that way. Yeah. Okay. And so for vendor selection, if I look at, there are three main criteria what customers are looking for, and also architects in market are asking is the sound cut. First thing, how can we cut the sound? So we have simple tables because we are into solution business, and also the Windows industry operate like that. They will say, okay, how much sound you need to cut. So probably there are customers who are aware, or they will just say, okay, I need to cut the traffic sound, which is close to 70 dB, right? On an average, not the highway traffic. It's close to 80 and more than that. I'm sure they will talk about in acoustic performance when it comes. So we have a table like that. Okay, if you take this single glass, you will get this much of sound reduction. If you go for DGU, you will get this much. If you go for laminate. So like in that quiz also, there was a point, which one is better when it comes to the acoustic lamination? Because whenever there is an air gap, it allows sound to transfer from one level to other. So it is always good to go for a laminated when it comes to the acoustic performance. And then the second is heat cut. So heat cut, of course, the glass thickness as well as the color and the gap. So DGU, TGU, and the color of glasses. So you see, I have kept few, fast moving colors in the market: clear, light gray, green, blue, gray, and then there are horizon, which are, nano silver coated glasses. So every glass will have a different level of percentage of heat cut. So to make life easy of the architect, we ask, okay, what exactly you need, how much light you need. So if they have, of course, they know their clientele and all. So we come to this kind of conclusion that this glass and this type of windows will work. So this is how this, industry operates in the glass selections manner. The third thing is energy saving, which is in that video you saw, it is preventing that heat to get out. And similarly, it will prevent that cooling also to stay in. So at that point of time also, we look at how much heat can be saved. So there's a calculation on the basis of TN electricity charges. Also 2 years back, now the charges are gone high. So savings also will be there. So we can show that, okay, you will get this much of savings. And being an architect, of course, customers are looking that kind of expertise today from the architects. Though it's not their job. If I look at, is it their delivery? Not really. Your job is to give a fantastic design and a good building envelope. But customers being very rational, they are looking, okay, you tell me what will I get if I get this glass. So that's how we are making this session and these knowledge also, that okay, these glasses will help you in energy savings also. So calculations are there in our glass selection. So we do have internal software which can calculate on the basis of heat load, the HVAC load, and all that, and we can give absolute values also. And so on various steps. So I'll show you just one small quick customer experience about Windows. When they take Windows, how do they feel? The backwards video, the black screen. Yeah, this video is that. Can play or yeah, then. Wow. Skip it and she will talk a little more. Eh? She will talk a little more. So lady, let me show. Yeah.
I'm Bhavini Sadan, and we have a company, Access Worldwide. We do a lot of premium international trade shows.
And
During pandemic, I and my husband got depressed. There is no work, and we didn't know how to spend time, where to go, and go to the hotels, and so it's hard. And it's still since I belong to Belarus, I thought of exploring this place. That's how really the idea of making this studies came. What?
and 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 and
I was making this song. I used to stay homestay. It's very near to my home. And when I used to stay by that homestay, it had the whole like just because of the wind, the glass used to really bang the entire night. Recently came to my mind that it's just like possible for me to build a house without having DGU system, you know. So I
and
wanted to have a very up-market kind of PVC and the DGU systems. Then someone suggested that no, you have to go for the ceremony. When I saw the samples, I really love it. It's beautiful. It's very sturdy, and I really love the.
and
So then when it came from my home, my friend group in, they came, they discussed what I wanted and we sat together and then they told me that this is what you should. And they really helped me because they understood when I explained them that these were the weather conditions. When they told me, no, this is how we should go. You should have a, what do you call it, that 3-track system or you should have a 2-track system. And they really have them fantastic. So the DGU system, why we went for, because this is something, especially when you're talking about a place like this where, mountains, where you have extreme cold weather conditions, you have to have the DGU system in place.
and
So,
so she was basically talking about the requirements. So if you look at the first point she was talking is the wind load. So there is a myth in market that whether UPVC will withstand because people are not seeing inside UPVC. So inside UPVC also there are reinforcement of steel. So it is equally strengthy compared to the any other materials windows. So there is no point in having that hesitation whether UPVC will withstand that load. Of course it will. And the second point was the daylight effect, the glasses which is coming in and the heat they want to, retain in the home because it's a colder area. So all those points are possible like any other facade solutions. Moving on to the next, any questions, any point you want to have, ask regarding windows? I think it's clear. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Moving on to the shower cubicle. So in shower cubicles also, there are a lot of varieties and a lot of designs possible in the market. I will show you one, here also small video is there, which will help. Okay. So this, yeah. This new chair. So there is glass and there are hardwares. It's very simple product. There is a glass panel and there are hardwares and there are frames. So a lot of designs are possible. What I see in market from the architect point of view is the pitching of that concept is missing. So what we look forward is to have a shower line in the bathroom. That's the reason now we are struggling that 2.5 kg of glass consumption because it is not there mentioned. And when it is not there mentioned and people go and talk about, customer doesn't understand. So when there is a line, we call it shower line, drawn by the architect, then it makes sense to them. Okay, it is a kind of moving in product. So then they also look forward and talk about this. So when we talk to the next generation who's coming into the business, they should have that sense that it is a must kind of part because it gives the safety to the people who are rushing into the bathroom. It also gives the dry and wet ends to hygienic benefits to the the whole family which is getting into it. So that line has to come in that drawing. So it will be easy for people to understand why it is needed. Otherwise they see, okay, people are trying to sell. We don't want to that, but yes, that's why the consumption is very low when we look at the industry overall. And there are a lot of designs. I'll just quickly show. I'm sure I don't need to talk a lot about it. So this is one fix you can see. And if you see when the width is going more, we can make it more partitions. and openings are possible. Like if you look at here, it is left side and right side is fixed. Door is in center. If somebody is looking for door on the left or the right, it's possible because it's completely customized product. And then there are corner design, so we can put it in corner as well. And there is which is called minimalistic design. So I'm sure you're going to look back today at your home what is possible. So if somebody is thinking, oh, my bathroom is small, can I do that? Here's the solution. If it is less than even 4x4, if I look at this width, so it is covering close to 3 feet here and 2.5 here, and this is pentagonal. So this is also possible. So it's all up to the design, how it comes to the, conceptualization. So all designs possible. There are slidings also, like cheap people don't like to have so much of hardware in the bathroom. They just want to move, slide in and slide out. So that are also possible. And this also again corner versions are there. And so a lot of hardware varieties are available in market. Why so many varieties? Because people are having different type of bathroom finishes also. So they want to complement those finishes. So yes, of course, in this category also a lot of hardwares are available. And the different type of glasses also. I heard morning we were talking about pattern glasses. So in even this, if you look at the last one, it is a pattern one. There are lines on the glass. So that is also possible in shower cubicle. And so basically the glass itself, which is playing the overall role. Rest all is the hardware and the frame in, windows and in shower category. Moving on to the kitchen shutters, this is really interesting. And this is like, I would talk about it is 1% in the Indian homes. And when I look at the Indian homes coming in for kitchen shutter, it is very, very less because again, there are a lot of myths whether it will break. Yeah. And so as I said, color mix, a lot of colors are available. There are companies which they are giving, you click on the light paints, you click on one color and it will be done. So similarly, there is a lot of options available on colors. And if you look at the same glass coming here, the difference in this glass and what we saw in that video is the ppm level. So you remember what was the ppm level in that clear glass?
676.
654. So if you want to remember it, it is 456, reverse order of like that. So in this, the ppm level is 120. And you see it's written extra clear. So this we call HD, like how we are getting this HD screens in mobiles and watches. So this is HD glass. So the ppm level is 120, means it makes it extra clear. So the clarity is 98% close to. So what happens? Why it is needed here? Because when we do the lacquering, the paint, so what will happen? The paint will be exactly the way it is. If the glass is not clear, then the paint finish will be compromised, right? And so then the lacquering will happen on this. So can you read? Yeah. And so this is how the paint will come in PU form. So these are humidity resistant. It is not, it will peel off. And there is something also related to health, VOC. This is called volatile organic compound, which is there in all enamels and paint. So it is low VOC. Specifically, when we look at it has to be, but in market, people use the same paint which is being used for wall and they do that. So that compromises the quality of the glasses. And then there are designs. There are variety of frames available around that. So when we look at Saint-Gobain, we have something which is patented and very minimalistic designs. In market, there are a lot of designs possible. And you can see the frame is there. So glass is being fixed in the frame and then it is. Yeah. So if we look at kitchen, this is how it looks when there is no shutters or maybe a wooden panel. If you look at glass shutters, so it makes completely different. And
So moving.
okay. So there are a variety of kitchens, designs possible because we are just changing the face of the glass. I mean, the face of the shutters. Rest everything is same, designed by you only. So there is no big change from the product point of view. Shutter thickness is close to 28 mm. Glass is 4 mm. 4 and 6, yeah, depending on the height of panel which is. Yes. When it comes to more than 4 feet high, we give the safety film by default. So that in case if it shutters, it stick to that film. So that safety is being taken care of.
As resistance.
Scratch resistance, yes, of course. Paint is at backside. So front which we are looking at the face is the glaze. Paint is backside.
28 plus 6.
28 including. Yeah. We have even 19 mm. The sleek one which I was showing, that's a patented. So that is 19 mm. So in market it is 28, 30, 45. There are bulky frames. So we have even sleeker one. And so there are a variety of frames available in the market. But generally what the difference is in the process is people use the same paint which I talked about and they will just do paint. When it comes to Saint-Gobain and any organized player in that way, you'll have to be careful about the VOC component. Otherwise it will create problem in the kitchen. So, when it gets heated up, that paint will mix with the air and it will lead to many other unwanted diseases and discomfort to the person who's there in the kitchen.
And what about other textures like ribbed glass and sandblast?
Yeah, so on this, no, sandblast is different.
Okay.
That is different. So about that,
Okay,
that will take a lot of time. Any texture printing, all is possible. It's a surface. We can do even digital printing on that. I mean, the technology is there at that level in the market. If you want to put your pictures, handmade sketches, so you give a film, they will make a film and the paint will be done on that like that. So that is possible. And frosted is something different. I mean, the glass will go through a process, sand will be bombarded at a certain pressure, temperature, and sandblasting. Yeah. So that's different. Lacquered is just painting, simple painting a surface. Yeah, so then there are LED mirrors. So LED mirrors, again, the good thing we need to look into LED mirror is the safety part. Most of the time, customers just looks at the LED, how much light will come, what color it will come. But the great part about LED is how safe it is. So when it comes to, there has to be some IP rating. So what we talk about here is how much IP rating, like in watches, it is coming waterproof and dust proof. Why it is needed? Because in washroom, first of all, there is a moisture, right? And the second, by chance, if somebody is pouring water and cleaning, like maid will come and nobody is there, so she will do her job in her own way. Or anybody, or even kids are there, they are playing around, they will take their shower and, they can do like this. So what happens? Water can get inside that. So to avoid that, it is sealed in that way that no water and dust ingression will happen. Because if water gets into the circuit, then it will create a lot of problem in the whole electrical circuit. So that IP rating has to be there for both water as well as the dust immersion. So that's the main part we need to look at it. And again, the glass is same what we looked at in the kitchen shutters and wardrobe category, because it has to give that much of reflection. So if you use normal clear glass, then the reflection also will be normal. And so if you look at mirror which we are using today, and tomorrow you go to any high design, showrooms which are having luxury items to sell, there you see the mirror, I'm sure you would have noticed there we look more sparkling because the mirror is different. We are same, mirror is different. So yeah. And that's how they sell. When you look different, you just pick up. So all these apparels, they use high definition glasses because that's the way to sell the products, jewelry. And then the last is writing board, which is much more close to our day-to-day working. So it is when we use this MDF boards and all, it will get kind of ghosting. All those colors will remain on that. Glass, it's a cleanable surface. Nothing, no any cleaning agent is required to clean. And a lot of colors available in that. Variety of sizes are available in market. And then coming to railings. So this also feels. So it's a very simple video which talks about, because railing is more to do with the safety, not just the glass. So in this, the insulation plays a lot of role. Yeah. And what is this? Right. Why is it that it's okay? So this is something push fit mechanism. So if you see, glass is just placed inside that frame, and both the side screws and fixtures are done. No drilling, no engineering on the glass. So that is the safest way of doing it, because whenever there is a hole on the glass, it is prone to break from that point. Especially when we talk about toughened or any other safety glass. And yeah, so in this we can use variety of safety glasses, toughened. We can use laminated. We can use even sandry laminated, which is layers of toughened glasses. So as much as strength we need, that much layer of glasses and that level of safety we can add. And there are standards in railing also, of course, how much height it has to be, what standards of hardware has to come. And then there are variety of rails, handrails. So like what we saw in video was without any handrail, it was push fit. There are with handrails also. So it's again adding value to the aesthetic of the building. And so that's all from my side. Being Saint-Gobain, we feel we are engineers. So handing over to you, engineering ends. So, and that is where your role comes. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Not kitchen, no, only part, right? The glass and mold with the chemicals what's also.
Yeah.
How do you maintain that? Because the water stain is usually done.
On glass. Okay, so it will become little Saint-Gobain, sir. So we do ETC. I mean, Saint-Gobain, we provide easy to clean coating. So stains will not stay to the base. And it will come down. Scaling will not come. Scaling will not happen because there is a coating on the glass. So as soon as the shower or shampoo comes to the glass, it will break down. So you'll have to just wipe it with any normal cloth or a small hand wiper also. So scaling will not. And
So we also use glass.
Investing the better than yes.
yes, yeah.
Previously, just like 1 year or 2 years before, the same that people had an issue of that, from the cord actually break,
Yeah, I had.
cracking and breaking because of text. So there are now little changes in the sector of, manufacturing also where they're trying to avoid the corners and everything. But I would like to know what kind of glass it is and the thickness of, how much they use about it.
So it's same toughened glass only, lacquered. So in lacquered, there are category which can be tempered. Earlier, which you experienced, I also experienced. So when industry came and
But glass with
set
ceramic.
ceramic printing. So what happens is it's again the process oriented. If the process of the ceramic printing and the tempering is not done properly, that glass will break. Because toughened glass, as like we saw in that video also, he was pushing that hammer on the corners and in the center. So wherever that corners or anything hits, like he was showing in that slide, there is a pressure accumulated in that, and it tends to come out as soon as it gets any point to break. So corner is hitting point. So when it hits, it will break.
So,
And